Hi, Tom. We went to visit our friends in Zurich a few years ago, and we stayed in a hotel and we ate with them. And on Friday afternoon, we went to shul, and people started gathering around me and inviting me for dinner, for lunch, all the rest of it. And I said, well, I was already invited. And they started asking me, what are you doing here? So a very warm welcome, typical Swiss. And they said, are you here as a tourist? And I said, no. And I said, are you here for a conference? And I said, no. Are you here for a simcha? And I said, no. And they said, what are you doing here? And I said, I came to visit Temeravot. Now you must know that this Yiddish community are all either first generation Swiss or at the most second generation Swiss. So I said, your parents, so they said to me, your parents are buried in Zurich? I said, Chas v'shalom, my father's still alive, my mother's still alive, but their ancestors are buried here. So suddenly, I was converted into being a genuine Swiss, with God knows how many generations, and they were the interlopers. You'd think that would be the end of the story, but Sunday morning I went to shul, to the same shul, and when I got back to the hotel, Estelle said to me, Mr. So-and-so wants you to phone. And so I phoned Mr. So-and-so and said, what can I do for you? So he said, what passport do you travel on? I said, what do you mean, what kind of a question is? Of course, an Israeli passport. Not quite true, I travel on America, but that's besides the point. And he said, well, if you're willing to, and is it correct that your grandmother is Swiss? Was Swiss?
Boy, you're too close to the mic. That's fine.
And I said, that's right. She said, well, if you're willing to stay in Zurich for a month, I can get you a Swiss passport. So I said to him, are you out of your mind? All my life I've been waiting for a Jewish passport, and you want to give me one with a cross on it?
Only 2 people out of 60 are clapping.
I really don't know what was expected of me. They never expect too much from me, so it's easy. Whatever I said, they're happy that I didn't put my foot into it. But I
want to meet the guy.
I'll emphasize the importance of the kind of things that we've heard so far tonight. I want to ask you, how many of you have know what's special about the date October the 6th, 1967? Any of you know? No, and I must tell you something very dramatic happened that day. Mary was unable to finish the Sunday Times crossword. Unbelievable. I must tell you, when I was young, that's a long time ago, I used to look upon Mary as being omniscient. It was inconceivable that Mary would answer a question by saying, I don't know. I want to give an example of that. Do you know how many languages Mary speaks? Well, the number is 8. There is someone else in Yerushalayim who speaks 8 languages. That's Father Dubois. Father Dubois says he speaks 8 languages, but unlike Mary, he says they're all in French. I could go on and tell you stories, and you've heard so many. Just ask her anything about classics or anything about Torah, Shabbat, philosophy, and so on. She'll know the answer. The reference and all the rest. If you need any information in Yerushalayim, my advice to you is pick up the phone and call. I'll give you the telephone number if you want, because she doesn't answer.
It's unlisted. The new one.
A very distinguished lawyer a few days ago, Mr. Dershowitz, I believe he's well known in the United States, and he has written some abominable books. But be that as it may, I asked him a question. I said, I have the false reputation, of course, of having fought with my sister Mary when I was young. I brought evidence that any court of law would accept that this is not possible. And I'll show you why. I brought the pictures.